Hello, and welcome to the Stanley Parable on The Collective. Hopefully this game actually records audio, because the last one I just tried to record, I lost an hour of stuff because it just decided I'm not going to record the game. But then I did a short test, changing absolutely nothing, and it recorded the game. So I don't know. So let's begin this. Maybe we can actually do this one. The end is never, the end is never, the end is loading never. Come on, load faster. Click to...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so there's, I guess, a funny thing that you can do.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I just had to try that out. Okay, so if you close your door and do nothing, the game ends. Right? So, but wow, he moves pretty fast.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Does it really, like, say stuff based on everything you're, like, running around doing? Well, I'm 420s. Well, how am I 427 when it's... Weird. Well, you can't just leave... Oh! Wait, I don't know. Can't just leave your computers on? The clock doesn't tick.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Well, I'm just confused, because isn't like 424 and all that, they're all back there? Or... Waiting input. Input received. Can I... Who farted? I can't do anything else! I'm just gonna turn your stuff off in the middle of everything. Okay, whatever, I'll just keep going. Somebody dropped their coffee. I hate Mondays. Hoot. Don't you love when doors go both ways on stuff? Which makes no sense at all.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I? Did I really? I'm gonna purposely go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You entered the whatever and the who to what now. Did I? Did I want to go to the lounge?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Did I?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What? Did I? I guess. What the heck is over there? But if I go through this, is it gonna close? Nope. What? Do not lie. You are lying right now. Stop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, you know, I just... What am I hitting? There are no keys, and yet it's doing something. Whatever, fine. I'm purposely not following your directions. You know that, right? Because you're telling me to do stuff. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. 1,000. Got it. Penalty for jumping. Holy crap. So what am I supposed to... Well, I can't even jump, so...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Well, yeah, okay, fine. Who's this person? Where am I going? I don't know. Whatever. This door's dark. Why is it?
That's
Jeez.
her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What? Wait. Okay. Am I somewhere?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
Your damn blow.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning. Press C on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
What if I don't press E? Anything? You gonna not do anything? Why is there a chair in the doorway? Fine, I'll press
Look at
E.
him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I don't wanna.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Can I see something? Press R to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize
Holy
about
cow.
his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face
I'm gonna
of
end
the
up with
earth.
this being my
The
door
thought
out into the...
excited him
thing.
terribly.
Spend time with the boys. What?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press O to prepare dinner. Or 0. Is that 0 or O?
As he wandered
Whatever,
through
there you
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
I'm gonna tell your kids a story. Well, I don't have any kids. Where are the kids?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Well, I guess we wait around and see if anything actually happens if you don't push the button. Why is my phone not recognizing my fingerprint?